Two
frenzies
and chamber. Oh my, this could be something. And then leading into, do you think this is the antidote then? Do you think adding chamber on Sender will supplement this? Do you think this is actually a very good look coming out for Vitality?
I do, and I think that this, in terms of expectation, what we're going to see from Big, we're going to see a very deep default. Already here, you're seeing Vac actually get a little curious with Kada behind him over towards A. And we did see this at the start of Breeze, right? That kind of willingness to be proactive in terms of information gathering. Chamber and Jet complement each other perfectly. At both sides of the map, you can kind of have these retreat opportunities here, but straight away, Big, on the back of that contact from A, are going to progress on towards B site. We'll find, actually, Shadow Brams finds two here.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, this is beautiful coming out. That's a shutdown. It's 5 alive and fluidity to play when there's a new dynamic in play.
Big straight away going to try and close down towards A here. Vac actually will punish. Straight away, this is to address that aggression in the pistol round. At least Obnox tagged up there, reload down to 15 HP. Vitality will force their way through here. Actually, Vac has a smoke to move inside. I don't know if he was noted there. It doesn't look like he was, but
player standing.
Beautiful.
Another.
Look towards that. That's how much damage actually can be done. The look actually comes out like. So already, Kada's going to get a good chunk of information spotting Twiston on the cross. Jump peeks towards the back. And Big at least going to start taking that A-side control, but it's not necessarily a commitment from them yet.
Interested to see actually Casper positioned very deep here, anticipating push through from Sender. Oh, actually spots in there. Well, at least it looked like he spotted. Arm of Sender sticking out from that wall. It's interesting to see actually Sender and Vac both being aggressive on the same side of the map. Yeah, Big.
Taking that back.
Try and progress up short here, up catwalk, and decent position here to split onto A. Rams completely unaware.
Twiston, I feel, you saw him on the first map absolutely popping off, but that was just a bit of a shaky shot, but it'll be fine. As Vitality are going to also fall away, so a little bit deeper, call in those rotations. Casper is towards sight though, so there could be problems, as there it is. 4 still stand, and looking towards Vac and Sender to do a little bit more damage if they can get down one more. This could be imperative.
Gun here.
Be able to retrieve something up on Heaven here. Sender, before he can even get anything done, will be shut down. Back, the last man standing. You find any further damage here. Again, looking for Big to hold on to 3 rifles with Kada.
Yeah. Substantially cheaper double op to run. And Vac going to show you the impact that this can have. Already going to put down Twist and trying to build that mid control. But he can fall away from this. Again, he doesn't have to overstay his welcome. And it looks like Big is still trying to aggress towards middle here.
I'm around 2 people to make sure that there's no big members that are able to slip through. Back again, looking to really aggressive. You'll find God B. Spike noted
Spike down,
as
mid.
well. Damage actually onto any of the Vitality players right now, so they can stack up around this.
And Bram seems all too aware of the possibility of someone trying to walk the smoke towards top middle, but he filled that gap just perfectly as Aslan and Casper not looking so likely to get anything
for it. Just didn't know Blade Storm available yet. Nothing really for Big to work with here, other than Obnox on a Guardian.
Suppressing.
If anything, this could play in Sender. You look at this for Vitality. 5 standing. Don't get overly enthused by trying to get the frags. Sender plays it well.
Nice little bait from Brams there as well. It played him in perfectly. Casper curious towards B. We'll note Shadow's recon bolt here and knows it came from pretty deep. Tag, but no real damage to write home about. Twiston will actually find the punish though on Sender. I don't know if they're going to be able to retrieve that weapon
Pulling
though.
them in.
And there should be the... Whoever has the calming voice and Vitality of just keep this chilled, boys. We don't need to over-aggress, do too much. Play it out. Again, Big just kind of going through the motions at this point. Again, the old Torb slowly building towards it. Godbeast now got his ready to go.
30 seconds left.
They're seeming very aware. And, I mean, Spike's in spawn. And Kada's just potentially hearing a lot of these steps.
Yeah, actually, Kada will definitely note Casper, but whether or not he noted the first 2 players ahead of that.
Concealment.
You already see Vac.
Ooh, and the smoke fades.
Vac's here pretty early on, so I think they've got a good idea. This is a possibility. And the first and the second. You get the third. Casper going to swing out back on point with the operator right now. By
not overzealously trying to claw back anything, even if you only got one pick against you. That's pretty solid. So, this time Sender, there's that little bit of chamber magic already coming in. Going to keep him safely off the peak.
Just on that, now that they have the double op setup, which is an interesting talking point, now they can kind of control both sides of the map, right? Or potentially Vac looking down mid once again. But they have two massive tools in terms of early map control. And again, two agents that can do that kind of one and done, right? They have that safety of retreat.
But there is something as a turnaround, is that you just play pure sight hits, right? This is where you have to lean into that, which does also play towards Chamber, because he does have those, I guess, slow AoE effects, right? So it does make it a little bit trickier to make it work. Spike gets lost on the cross, but it should be collected and now move forward. Vac a little too far ahead, and Obnox with the punish towards Sender. This is perfect. They didn't have to over-peak on this. Vitality could have held for a second, maybe a little bit of discipline shown, but now Brams and Shadow put to task in a 2v3. I don't know how they're going to break this one back.
I almost want to know where the hell Obnox was off to there, but we'll look back at that. Rams and Shadow now with it all to do on the way back in. Punish that. Shadow finds a response, though. Can he find another? Aslan very low HP.
This is where it gets really problematic for Shadow.
Nice on Crossfire.
Potentially come through later down the line. For now, we see one of the ops with Vac. And an early start here. Sender going to get 1-for-1 trade out. Twiston going to put him to bed, but already Vac's in a bit of danger. Yeah, put in the corner. Unable to play out of it, and it looks like they want to speed up the pace here. Shadow is going to find one. Is he able to find more? Yes! Shadow turns on a dime and finds two. Now he needs some more. He gets more! Shadow! How? Absolutely tough. Now, because he got cornered on the side, so I thought, well, it's done for, but turn of events for Shadow. And it did feel like he was a bit of a backbone on the last map, but he wasn't able to make impact in the rounds that were converted, at least. But he was still trying to have that presence, but good to see him finding a little bit of it here. 5-2, Vitality looking sharp. Sender will be played in off this, with Kada by his side.
Actually, first one gets traded out now, but out to a 3v2. Bobby and Casper can recover anything here. Vac, the operator, nothing really to feel out, but the neural theft will give away
One enemy remaining.
the information necessary. He still finds it. Try and dip out maybe on the other side of this. Back on the other side of the map on short. Oh yeah, mid-no. No secrets about this push from Big.
Yeah, Sender, though, feeling aggressive and confident, does punish Aslan, but that big play up middle is still looking deadly as Obnox turns around and actually finds two. Kada and Brams get called off. Now, this is problems for Sender. He's isolated. He can dip away, but he gets found! Twisted out of the air. Sender. What a bit of impact from him, 40 HP. Can he still do something with it? Turns the flash. He's still standing, but only for...
Only one ultimate invested, though. Look at Vitality's setup now. It's not even scratching the surface in terms of this ultimate cycle. Only the Hunter's Fury available for Big. And already, I mean, overperformance in terms of what we were expecting for Big on the attacking half here. Got to scrape together 3 rounds so far. So yeah, very early rotation, at least initially there. Kada will commit to it, but it looked like Vac was already in position to either pick up the mid market peak or make his way towards B site itself.
Much deeper hold from Vitality here. After showing great deals of aggression through either short, the extremities, towards A and B. This time, very deep hold towards the back of the site, so might be a full sight hit on the cards, maybe just trying to not play into the weaker weaponry investment coming out from Big, but already they are going to at least get the 1-2 players towards the site. Spike looking to be ferried across now. Twiston looking to maybe do some damage. That's now dangerous. Vac going to pop the ult. Has to respect it a second, but he's still looking for that pixel out of place. But 3 players going to play back in through mid. But look who's waiting. It is Obnox, and this guy has been a monster. And that monster comes alive again. Kada and Sender. He gets Shadow as well. This guy's a beast. What a performance, be it on Sky, now be it on KO. He's showing some real diligence, but there is Brams and there's Vac still standing. This round's not over yet.
Before try and find something early here, though, as the spike is ticking away. Twiston will seal the deal on this round now. Vac forced to hold on to this operator for dear life. It's just crazy again. Obnox and 3Ks. And again, that's a position where with 3 pushing up catwalk and 1 player in tree, that should be a one and done for Obnox. That just goes to show
some, I guess, more impressive results. But already, looks like a player pulled short with a triple stack just sat in this cubby. Oh, this is going to be nasty if they actually walk into this one. It looks like a little bit of a trap set here, twisted on the corner. Sender's now sent it, and here comes the second layer to the second string of the hit, and actually it works with Vitality. They put it all in to try and deny at least one approach, but already Obnox has got himself towards sight. But the spike hasn't committed. There's still room to breathe as Aslan going to find Kada and now open up that paranoia that's... Wait, there's still one by B. Oh, and Obnox pushing up towards heaven. How are they getting these picks back?
It's crazy to see Big and their ability to slow down the round at this point when they have somebody so deep on A site. Gob actually catches that headshot there. I think, yeah, it does 140 down to 10 HP now. Obnox relaying this information that he should have safe passage to A site. Shadow and Vac to try and recover this. A man down.
Revealing area.
Full utility on Shadow, though.
He'll be trying to do what he can.
That did a lot of
Very low
damage.
amount of HP. That is a good chunky amount.
Oh, no!
Dear. Oh, dear.
Spike down.
I guess
A.
you get what you
30
put out into the
seconds
world.
left.
Something like that. Shadow going to just do one better. Spike going down. See, setting this into motion. 2v2. Shadow and Vac up against Aslan and Obnox. And actually, 2 of the players who've really popped off in this already. So this could be quite the battle. Obnox has been a monster. They clear short. No presence.
So I think Aslan
Now
unnoticed
this is where
at
it gets
this point.
tricky. I don't think they know. Yeah, because he was kind of on that long rotate through spawn. Not giving much away. Vac though going to work in like quickly towards this. And Obnox going to be trying to play as patient as possible. Gets the information when that spike gets tapped. That's one. He wants to follow up as well. He can't get it, but now it's on Aslan. Patience has to be his virtue here. Patience actually not shown at all, but timing-wise, Mike, Shadow's going to be right down to the wire on this.
Just about,
Oh, he's
yeah.
got it.
1 point.
Attention over towards main, but hindsight and all that jazz, but something for that post plant that could be nice. And here comes out underhand flash, catching 2. And Kada going to try and lock him in the corner, and this is the aggression on the extremities. We expected to be seeing a great deal more with maybe Chamber at the helm of it. Asper with the Quake gun, it looks like there. That's nice. Changing that gun model around, why not? 3v2 though, and this is favourable towards Vitality. It's 7-4 though. This could be a nice way to kind of round this one out.
Big thing being here, Kada does have his ult here for the retake, so Ender and Shadow just need to, I mean, let this happen. Big really need to be the ones to try and find a kill ahead of this retake coming through. They might
Spike
try and
planted.
pressure towards Sender. No.
They're going to try and push it? I'm wondering
It looked like they did,
if
right?
gonna send something in,
He's
yeah.
going to try and arrow through that smoke. They do, yeah, Aslan finds it.
Yeah, it was a nice little set piece. Give them at least now an even post-plant 3v3. And they get to take in towards Market, which is actually a nuisance if they try and cross through. You can see the attention put towards this. Casper's going to punish Kada, and now it's down to 2. Shadow still stands, and this man's been an absolute immovable object on towards the site. Vac still focused towards the back of site, and Godby wins a critical fight for them. Putting now Shadow in a
the
really
drone, man.
undesirable spot. And Shadow, it's all been noted, and it's all about time, and Aslan.
Bucket in that scenario. A fantastic post-plant hold there from Big.
Really impressive. And again, this is all under the notion that we're aware of, that Vitality are still up to the good, but 7-5 is... It's as close as, you know, it can be really at this point. You're easily turnable off the back of a pistol, so Big can close the gap here, but I want to see what Vitality look like on this attacking side. I always find it very telling how they want to approach, but B just trying to play the game, and he plays it well. Going to take down Vac for the next layer, the next string to Vitality's approach is looking a little bit more deadly. Shadow there with a good
Spike
trade,
down, B.
takes down Twiston. Godby's still on the
No
side.
way.
He's trying to play him like a fiddle. He does eventually get overwhelmed.
Player
Buys a little
standing.
time for Obnox, but Vitality still with the bigger numbers, favourable numbers, able to trade in effectively.
Just avoiding that. I thought he might even
Boy.
get punished for not shooting that arrow, but again, no confirmation of the info here. So Aslan has an opportunity to at least find an opening peak. Shadow doesn't spot him on the first, does on the second. The shot will confirm it now, but Shadow down to 10 HP here. Has to be the first in the double swing.
I just want to see them go through the checklist.
Camera
Heavy
taken
lean
out.
towards B once again. It's only Asper and God B. Hold it down. Both will be noted there. Both suppressed, so Vitality don't seem to explode on the back of that. I think they're conscious of a third player present, but it's already pulled this rotation, Lauren.
It has, and this is where things can get a little bit scarier because you want to feel out the stack, right? You don't want to walk into it, but for now, you have the players falling away towards the site. It's going to be Godby taking contact. Now, that's fine if he falls. That kind of confirms his presence. That's where the problems begin, though. Twiston finding back. Now, suddenly Vitality know there's way too many players here, and the tags come in. Godby still standing, can't convert. Sender on the corner, and now what has gone on here? It's a 1v3, and Brams all but noted. Every step heard. Aslan on confirmation. Twiston wants the frag, but there it is.
Factor ticking over in their heads right there. They're conscious of the stack with scrappy weapons.
Night-night.
That's nice. Twiston's open up there.
Ooh. Oh, Twiston kind of feeling himself. And the HP, look at it. This is we can really play well to him. And
One
actually got
enemy
the spam
remaining.
perfectly fine as well. Kata 1v4. Not gonna happen.
Again, even in some rounds where, you know, Twiston is enabled almost. Second layer to potentially big success. Right here, Twiston tries to find something over the top of the blade. Storm won't spot anything, so preemptively rotate. Actually, it's flown. A flash was a dud. Lands on top of the crate there, didn't find anything. Drone will spot out at least one member. Very slow in approach here and allowing Big to actually aggress here. And they're able to get out of hot water there, actually all the way over towards A main. Tucked in towards Sub Rosa there.
And patience being displayed. You saw the early intention from Vitality, that kind of like start towards A, but then the lean back through, looking for that maybe mid control. See if they can bait Twiston in a little bit deeper, but he's not really overcommitting to much. It still looks like this A piece is coming in, but Obnox is the one there, and he's felt out the pressure instantly. That's going to be big information found. 3 agents noted, but even with the information, they start to deal with them. But Twiston, timing's everything! And Kata reads him like a book. That could have been such a game changer in this, but it's not to be. Beautiful work on the other side. And now the spike's going to go down. You can't do much. This is a save every day of the week.
Right decision here from Casper and Godby. We're flipping this half early. Again, keeping the scoreline within reach as well. This is 1 round now, only going to be 2 after conclusion. Yeah, you look at it again. If Casper and Godby go first, potentially they give Kata an ultimate, potentially they give Shadow an ultimate for the next. But you know, again, on the flip side of that, it's Vac and Sender getting one closer, just an orb away. You know, we see Vitality lean on that early in the next round. Your death ball execution behind Kata's ultimate. Nobody entertaining that initially in the early rounds on the side of Vitality. No peaks at all towards it.
No, and I love this exchange of utility, especially with like 2 KOs on play. Now you've obviously got, you know, Chamber added in. That those early interactions are actually so scary.
It slows it down so much as well.
Yeah. The utility already invested just to retake a peek towards short. For example, here you can see Obnox trying to set in Twiston a little bit, giving some support there. Finds nothing close on Cat, at least falls away now, playing towards backbite tree. And again, patience from Vitality. This is they're maybe just trying to wait out a lot of the early utility, trying to, you know, keep things the right way. I'm not against it either. Maybe feeling there's a little bit too much pressure towards that A site for now, as it looks like. I'm curious where they're going to end here, because they're still looking like they're uncertain potentially, but it does still look like it's the safeties.
Kata does obviously retrieve that orb, and that kind of death ball behind the ultimate sort of execution does favor the late round.
Enemy suppressed.
One will be noted by Obnox.
That's enough of. I still feel that's a big tell.
30
of this
seconds
Jet,
left.
especially.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think
don't
so.
know if you're going to leave her lurking anywhere else, so they might have to.
I cannot use that.
Coming off the back of this already, Aslan though going to be kind of put to place. Just the rifle at his side, a little bit of a swing comes out from Obnox, and away we go. Now the spike is still towards main. That's with Kata. They've got 13 seconds. This isn't going to work. They just
Spike
don't
down
try and
A.
pull big rounds against big. It doesn't work. Yeah, Shadow can get a little punished, sure, but at this point you got 4 alive, and no one's falling for any of it.
I mean, I can see that.
Definitely a little curious, and definitely a different look from Big here. Going to be postured up a little bit deeper. Going to maybe place Aslan towards Wine for now. Actually going to dip back away while they get a second of respite already. Three players aggressing that side, but now the spike has at least switched up, right? We're going to see that over towards the B side this time. Slower in approach.
And I mean, for me, this is a little bit of a concern to see Vitality lean deeper into this default. Now, obviously, the economy feeling a little more delicate. But I don't see them really learning anything from these early rounds. Like I said previously with Kata's ult, yes, it suits a late round hit, but it was only one person behind it. In this scenario,
Here.
they do drift back towards B pretty early on, 50 seconds left on the clock. They know nothing of the setup here, so they've got to walk clear through all of this.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah.
This is playing so perfectly to what Big want to do in this. Vitality can be playing against the odds. They can still win, technically, obviously, but it comes down to just the rifle at the side, right? Like that's not a theory you want to be running. Twiston gets good information as well. I'm pretty sure he noted 2 players there, if I'm not mistaken. So again, big pull comes in. They can get the rotations through. Good work from Sender, but still, it's a 4v3. Down to 17 seconds. Spike yet to get towards site. Twiston still at the back. He's still a support. Casper right there with him as well. So even if Kata wins this, he tries to get towards the site, his body's in the way, so Kata's trying to do what he can, isolate another, but time, and Gobby's loving it. He's going to make him take so long, every single...
They're all tied up, it's 9-9.
What's this?
You want to play? Let's play.
And we go again, Vitality. Let's see if they can do anything with this one. It seems the answer so far is no. Sender trying to maybe be the crowning jewel of this, but so far, Big are just not playing to the tune Vitality want to set. A bit of a impact there from Kata, but at this point, again, Sender's been sent back. Kata's kind of isolated on the back of site, and what do you do with it, Sender? If he can get maybe round towards market, this would be a reach, because Kata needs to live on 36 HP and a whole lot of pressure. It ain't gonna happen. Sender maybe makes it there in time, gets 1. Has to now find 3.
Nice HP, but Spike's not down in a nice position at all. There's 4 shots left in the ultimate. 25 seconds. Some time to work with, but they're not big. Are going to give away even the first here in this scenario. Be on red alert.
30 seconds left.
That operator is... Sorry, the tour de force is in play at least.
Teleport's ready.
This would be pretty impressive, and that's not looking good.
Not a good start. A real lack of mid presence from Vitality. I feel like it's damaging them. Twiston again going to open things up. Gets away completely unscathed on A. Like I said, now they can read into this every single time. There's 2 or 3 people behind this early push into A main or towards A lobby to retrieve that orb. Oh, Obnox trying to thread the needle to try and find that wall back.
I thought it was going to happen. I think I've been out of casting long enough because I was waiting literally just quietly. I think I have to tell you what's happening in some of these rounds. However, at this point, Sender, Shadow, and Kata, what do you do? Sender's bailed them out on 2 big picks towards Cat. That's huge. That's the first bit of massive, untradeable impact we've had in a while. So, pretty Twisted, though, knows that he could be next on the chopping block. That's going to now really note that. So, Suppressed comes in, going to bring out the op. Already, Twisted. He pulled the trigger, waiting patiently. There's the grand reveal. That's... What is this game? This is madness. Twiston's going to find Kata. God B going to try and buy some time here. Desperate for another. Sender denies. Massive impact from this man, though. Sender's doing really nicely this round. And the res comes in. That's huge. 3v2 now. Man advantage towards Vitality, and God B rips it away. Kata back down. And this time out. And Shadow and Sender desperate to find that pick, and there's the divide coming in. Big utility coming out late round here. 15 seconds. What do you do now?
Actually, it gives Sender a blanket of safety here to move behind this wall, make it way all the way over towards B side. They won't even hear the door get popped here. We'll get a plant just in time, about half a second to spare.
Planted.
Be able to get set up here. Shadow, got to find something through B main though. A little bit disconnected on the way back in for Aslan and God B. Shadow hasn't caught this push yet. He's a very late round piece here. Sender will find his 4th. Just 1 left to find for Vitality.
He's being the difference maker at the moment. Sender bailing them out with those 2 huge picks on shore. Was everything repetition in that success?
And straight away, Big answer it perfectly. Again, an early first blood. Kada will fall. One of the initiators off the board here for Vitality. And again, this default. Fairly transparent, honestly. Got to be actually baited into the corner here. If he can find a kill, he will. Rams almost double glances at it, but still punished. Again, look at the A setup here, Laura. It's completely unfaltered. They're tucked in. Spy cam here to find any push through.
Got you.
This is tough for Vitality to break.
I mean, this is right back to where we were.
Yeah, exactly.
This is exactly where we were. And again, it's one of those games, right? Like, if it's going to be slow on the attack, that's just what it is, right? They try and get a little bit of a start towards the B site, and they just get met by a brick wall of Twiston. Yeah, it's difficult, and they hit this kind of slower approach, which plays very well to Big, because Big don't tend to overreach too much. Especially if you're playing like this. They're not going to just feed into it, right? And now, again, this is just boatloads of information just pouring on through. Obnox seems aware that middle has been vulnerable for a while. You saw him with that flash in hand, just keeping an eye towards it. So now going to call in the cavalry. Steps to be heard. And they wait towards the side. We're down to 13 seconds. And yeah, this is the problem. As much as, yes, Vitality did get around back the back of Sender.
Actually, well,
You want to
version
play?
2 of the
Let's
default
play.
here. 3 outside A, 2 outside B.
We have, what, Guardian,
Yeah,
Sheriffs,
yeah.
bit of armor. It's not convincing. And the problem is, yes, the scoreline does look close, but if you've been watching these rounds, this has been Vitality still struggling for an answer. But again, if Sender can get them another, fair enough, right? That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. It looks very unlikely with that beginning. Already going to be put down extremely low on HP, 18. As they instantly fill the gap towards short. And there's no quick springboard off the back of this.
Obnox is such a weird angle there as well. To almost punish Sender, or at least get him down to 18 HP, is going to force out a couple of shots from the ultimate as well. Actually back. Be rewarded with a kill. The other side, Bram's will find one. It's falling apart for Big in the early rounds.
What's going on here? Yeah, Casper's in a world of trouble now, and he knows that he's hearing the utility being called in. Sender just looked away. Twiston's going to punish him for it, and now Casper tries to swing out, get the best of them. And is this the round they're going to even up? Oh, of course. Of course.
Get everything you knew about Valorant, because there's no way the Vitality team even should have had a look in this round. Yeah. Massive upgrade as well. Actually, if Kada can get out and find something, but he's come away with a Guardian at least. That's frustrating to watch as well, because I feel like everything Big have done right this half just got thrown out the window in that round.
It's a tilter if we're frustrated by it, because it's one of those where it shouldn't happen that many times over, right? I'm sure someone in chat.
Not something they can lean back on. Right? It's almost like Big misstepping slightly, and so it still leans as a concern. Vitality.
Certainly does. We see the early exchange of utility over towards that B-side extremity. Whole lot of it. Big have to respect that fall away, but it looks like they're still considering reaggressing slightly. I want to see if Obnox does go any deeper. It looks like he's actually fallen off that this time. As Twiston going to try and hold on towards this middle play coming up. Anyone crosses through a little deeper. It's not the case. They're actually creeping closer here, just on the other side of that smoke. Sender surely going to check for this.
He didn't see the barrel.
He actually didn't. Twiston.
Oh, he did
no, the
finally.
panic now. Yeah, now there's trouble. Twiston, can you keep your life? He actually seems to make it away. So Sender going to get through towards Market. If he wants the door open, he's going to have to break it himself here at this point. But still, eye on that spike. It's drifting towards the A side. Maybe because they've now been able to post up Sender towards Market, keep 3 players locked in towards B. This could be massive impact just from this player's positioning.
There's so many things, so many obstacles to overcome on A, though. Even though it's only 2 members. Now the confirmation from the spy camp. Aslan and Casper potentially go huge for Big here.
But look at them be able to slip through by tree. Hopefully Twiston can see that line of sight. He can actually.
You want to fight it?
Big boon for Big there. Now here's that
no.
punish. And it's gone to pieces. That was the main piece of that puzzle. I feel like we've seen a couple of those
Yeah.
slight slip-ups so far from both sides. I mean, we've seen, like I said, a little less from Big. They've addressed a couple of the problems. Vitality have been hard to categorize.
I think Big have looked a lot more refined on this map. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Vitality have, I guess, dragged a few rounds through, kicking and screaming. But like I said, it comes back to that age-old, you know, they find a success and repeat it. And I don't think Vitality have. They've just come out on top of it. It's almost like they've won a couple of rounds that Big have lost, right? It's more so.
Enemy.
But I feel like they've tried to find something here, right? So they pushed another player up towards mid. This time it's obviously not Sender, it's going to be
awareness.
Vac. But yeah,
God,
you're bang on,
dude.
right?
Again, somebody from mid deals with that drone, and God B still invests his utility to clear out pizza. It's crazy.
Flashbang.
Still underhand flash. Quick
Beautiful.
pick up towards Sender. And instantly leaning back towards middle. I think they know what Vac's trying to do here. Is it was something they tried to look at
And-
last round, and that's been read really, literally. The book's been left on the table. But Brams finds a
30
little bit of success.
seconds
That could ferry a little bit of passage through. Godby brings him through the wall. Brams has gone down. Shadow and Kata. What can you do with this now? They can at least get the spike towards the site. They can get a plant, but it's all about the post plant, and it's a 2v4.
Get it down. Both players committed to site right now. Still full HP. They have to find something on the way back in. The recon bolt will reveal it. Casper will find the last kill. Big will close out 13-11. God B in that last round, Lauren. That was crazy. That was actually crazy. Again, the awareness there and the timing on that
You
peak to
failed.
come back and
Now-
reinforce that.